character building is within every hour, every day, every minute of every day. It's character building time. You get what I'm saying? What are you doing? It's character building time. So you don't have to go out there and intentionally find some type of suffering. That suffering is already within you. Deal with it. That suffering is already around you. Deal with it. Most people run from the suffering that's right there in front of them, but they want to go out there and try to find some type of intentional suffering so they can hopefully grow from it. What is up, y'all? This right here is your boy Justin with another episode of the Mind Peace Woke podcast. Hey, I appreciate y'all for joining me. Thank y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me, so I appreciate that for real, y'all. I don't take that for granted. I don't take that lightly. I really appreciate that. You feel me? Hey, so you already know. First and foremost, I want to ask y'all, how's your day going? How's your week going? How's your year going? How is your life going? How are you doing? How are you doing? Hope you really take a moment to actually think about that. How are you doing? You feel me? I hope all is well. You feel me? I hope all is well. Hope you didn't have, well, it might help you a little bit, your rough week. But you can get through it. You can get through it. Whatever it is, you can get through it. You've been through it before. You've already seen this type of adversity before. You've already seen a week like this before. You can get through it. And if you haven't seen nothing like this before, then guess what? It's growth time. You feel me? It's time to grow from it. It's time to grow from it. That's kind of what our episode is about today. But I appreciate y'all for being here with me. And I hope all is well. You feel me? I hope y'all is doing good. Hope y'all doing good. But today, y'all, today's episode is going to be about suffering. It's going to be about suffering and what is suffering and should we chase suffering in hopes that we grow from it? Should we go after suffering in hopes that we grow from it? You get what I'm saying? I always have interesting conversations with people, but I was having an interesting conversation with some dudes a few days ago, and we was just I asked them the same question: should we chase suffering? And I think that's what happened. I'm not sure, or if he just started talking about it. But anyways, he was saying that he chased suffering, like he go to the boxing. He started doing boxing, MMA, or something like that because he wanted to. He thought that was some form of chasing suffering. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. He thought that was some form of chasing suffering, going in there and getting your butt kicked. He thought that was some form of chasing suffering. And I was just I ran it through my mind a few different times, and I was just trying to think about it. Like, I don't think that's chasing suffering. But I was thinking, should we intentionally chase some form of suffering in hopes that it helps us grow? You get what I'm saying? Should we intentionally chase some form of suffering in hopes that it helps us grow? I would personally say, no, we should not chase any type of suffering. But we do have to identify like what is suffering, because some people feel like what he was saying, boxing. If you go sign up for boxing and you don't know how to box, that's some form of suffering. But I don't think learning something new is a form of suffering, even if it involves you getting beat up. You get what I'm saying? Because you're learning something within that. You're not just going out there getting beat up. You're actually learning something within it. So we have to identify what is suffering to even be able to answer the question, should we chase suffering? Right. And I don't think that's why it's kind of hard to give my answer, because suffering can't be suffering isn't like going to the gym. Suffering isn't going to the gym every day and running, or suffering isn't suffering isn't being on a diet. Some people think they're suffering when they choose to go on a diet. And I guess you could say that, because it is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to really go on that diet and say and deal with it. You get what I'm saying? So I guess it is some form of suffering. But I don't know if I would call it that. I don't know if I would call it suffering. You feel me? That's why I really want y'all feedback on this one right here. You feel me? So what is suffering? Right? So I would say suffering is some like something unexpected happen. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can have some type of suffering through pain. Like, if I feel like if you got your finger cut off or something like that, then yeah, that's going to be some form of pain. It's going to hurt. You feel me? So you're suffering from that. You feel me? I feel like suffering. I feel like emotional suffering is all from, like, all made up. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all things that you create within your head. You get what I'm saying? So it's not real suffering. It's just suffering that you're creating. You get what I'm saying? So I don't believe in emotional suffering. I mean, we emotionally suffer every day. A lot of people emotionally suffer every day, but I think that they choose to or allow themselves to, because they allow them thoughts to control them lives because they believe them. So it's a difficult one, kind of suffering. So yeah, the thing is, should we chase suffering? I don't think we should chase any form of suffering. I don't think we should chase any form of suffering. I think suffering is one of those things that's just gonna come to us, right? It's just gonna be suffering is just moments of life that we're not able to handle. You get what I'm saying? And it's those moments in life is gonna come to us. And in those moments, I do believe in those moments in life where people would call it suffering, that's when the true character of a man will come out. The true character of a woman will come out in those times of suffering. That's when true character can be built. You feel me? Or character can be broken. When that suffering come out. Like, if somebody die, you get what I'm saying? Like, if your mama die, your daddy die, or something like that, that's when somebody can have extreme suffering. You get what I'm saying? Or that's when somebody can choose to turn their life around. You get what I'm saying? At that moment, how it depends on what they choose to do with that suffering. You get what I'm saying? So I guess there is some type of benefit. It could be some type of benefit to suffering, depending on how you look at it. You feel me? Depending on how you look at it. But should we chase it? I don't think so. I don't think we should chase it. I do think, so if you look at going to the gym as suffering, you feel me? Then yeah, you should chase it. You feel me? If you look at it as suffering, then yeah, you should chase it. If you look at like exercising as suffering, then yeah, you should chase it, because it's probably a little bit better for your longevity of life. You get what I'm saying? But I don't think we should just chase suffering. Like if boxing is something that you think is suffering, Like, you think you're suffering from boxing and you choose to take a boxing class and you think that's chasing suffering, then I don't think if you're suffering going to that boxing class, you should continue to go. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you should chase that type of suffering. I don't believe you should quit. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. You feel me? So I don't know. I do want y'all feedback on this video. You feel me? I want to hear what y'all got to say about it. I want to know. I'm interested in knowing, because in my mind, it don't make sense to chase suffering. I think if you're trying to chase suffering, then you just not in tune enough with yourself. You feel me? You're not in tune enough with life that's going on around you. I think if you going to go do a sport and you calling it chasing suffering, then you running away from the real suffering that's going on in your life, and you just trying not to face that. You get what I'm saying? So I think you really just need to dive into yourself and see where the real suffering lies in your life, and maybe try to fix that. Because I don't think you should look at going to the gym, going to go take a boxing class, learning something new. I don't think you should look at that as suffering. You get what I'm saying? I understand it is like a physical activity. Sometimes it'd be hard. I mean, sometimes I don't want to go to the gym. You get what I'm saying? But when I get up and go, am I calling it suffering? I don't think so. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't call it suffering. I would call it discipline. You get what I'm saying? If I'm getting up doing something that I know is going to help me be a better me in the future, and I would just call it discipline. You get what I'm saying? That's why I do it. Not because I'm getting up and suffering every day. I don't call it suffering every day. You get what I'm saying? But I do understand it, because sometimes I don't want to go. Sometimes I don't want to go. It's kind of like a drag to go. So I do understand it. I can understand why somebody would call that suffering. But I think once you continue to do it, it's a discipline. It's a discipline thing. You get what I'm saying? I'm going off strictly discipline, not just trying to build my character up by struggling every day. You get what I'm saying? But I do think, like I said, struggling, you feel me? Chasing some type of, or doing something that's struggling for you can build some type of character. Getting through some type of struggle can build some type of character. But I don't think you have to go out and try to find that suffering. You get what I'm saying? I think if you pay attention, there's all types of obstacles that you should try to get through on an everyday basis. So it's all types of moments in your life where you should be speaking up. You get what I'm saying? But you choose not to speak up. Right? So I think that right there is what we need to look and face, instead of like going to go try to find something else to face, some type of giant that we put ourselves in front of, and then try to face it and say, oh, I'm a better person now because I beat the giant that I put myself in front of. I think there's a giant that you've been in front of your whole life that you choose not to face. You get what I'm saying? That you choose not to face. What's up, y'all? This episode is brought to you by Mind Peace Woke. So if we're able to control our mind and all those different thoughts, it will take us to a level of peace, and that's the definition for woke. Mind Peace Woke. Study Yourself. It's the first collection from the Mind Peace Woke clothing brand. I want y'all to check out the clothing brand at mpwcollection.com. That's mpwcollection.com. Let's get back to the episode. And it's right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you. It's been causing all type of suffering your whole life. It's right there in front of you, but you choose not to face it. But you say that you're going out there chasing some type of suffering in boxing or some type of sport or whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? When you're not facing the one that's right there in front of you, you got to face what's right there in front of you. We all got different things that's different obstacles that's right here in front of us that we have to face. You get what I'm saying? That we haven't even conquered yet. So it's no reason to try to go out there and intentionally find some type of suffering for yourself. Do you feel me? It's no point in intentionally trying to suffer. You already suffering. You get what I'm saying? You already suffering if you think you need to go find some type of suffering to make you build some type of character. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't know character building is within every hour, every day, every minute of every day. It's character building time. You get what I'm saying? What are you doing? It's character building time. So you don't have to go out there and intentionally find some type of suffering. That suffering is already within you. Deal with it. That suffering is already around you. Deal with it. Most people run from the suffering that's right there in front of them, but they want to go out there and try to find some type of intentional suffering so they can hopefully grow from it. You get what I'm saying? You are right. Once you get through the suffering, you are going to grow on some type of level. You get what I'm saying? You are going to grow on some type of level, but you can grow by simply looking into somebody that already done different type of struggles and how they got through it. You can look into their life and you can grow from that. You can actually look into your own life, deal with the struggles that you got going on internally. You can deal with the struggles that you got going on internally. You get what I'm saying? You can grow from that. You don't gotta go out there and try to find. You don't gotta go out there and find trouble. You get what I'm saying? And say, I've been through it. You've been through it. You've been through it. Now you're a better person. Nah, you've been through it probably now. I mean, because people think because they've been to jail, they tougher, they stronger. Yeah, you might be a person that's been through jail, but going to jail put you through all types of stuff that messed up your life. You get what I'm saying? It changed your mindset. It put you in a bad mindset. You feel me? You comfortable with going to jail now. You get what I'm saying? Now you comfortable with going to jail because you've been there. You get what I'm saying? You was chasing some type of suffering. You got your suffering. You made it through. You think you're a tougher person. Now it's a continuous thing for you. You can't get out of that cycle of trying to chase some type of suffering. Now you continuously chasing some type of suffering that you're causing for yourself. And now you're in a position in life where you can't get out of it. Where you can't get out of it because you can understand or see that you didn't have to chase no type of suffering for yourself. All you have to do is deal with the suffering that you already going through. The reason why you think that you need to be out here trying to chase some type of suffering in the first place. Deal with the suffering that's going on already inside of you. Because you got suffering going on already inside of you. All you got to do is just open your eyes up, open your mind up and see it. You get what I'm saying? You already got it. You already got suffering going on inside you. You just missing it. You just missing it. You think somebody's tougher than you because they know how to box or they doing different sports, and you think you got to go through that same type of life to build the character that you want to build. But no, to build the character that you want to build, you got to go through the things that you going through in life, the things that's going on in your real life that you missing, that you letting go, that you're not speaking up about. You get what I'm saying? Don't try to look at a YouTube video, the person telling you better go out there and learn how to fight for yourself to be a man. You better go. I mean, yeah, you want to go out there and learn how to fight. Yeah, you want to learn how to fight, but fight's gonna come if you speaking up for yourself. Different stuff gonna come. You're gonna automatically go through different stuff if you just living your life and actually speaking up and being yourself. You get what I'm saying? If you're dealing with what's going on inside you, if you're dealing with the struggles that's going on inside you, different stuff gonna happen and you're gonna have to get through it, and it's gonna build your character. You don't have to try to find stuff to get through. You don't have to find struggles. You don't have to chase struggles. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to chase that type of stuff. It's going to already come. It's already here. It's already around you. You got all types of stuff going on inside you that you're not dealing with. You get what I'm saying? So should we intentionally chase suffering in order to grow from it? No. You get what I'm saying? No. We should definitely do things like when we know better, we do better. You get what I'm saying? We know different foods ain't that good for us. We know better, we do better. All right, so switch it up. You know better now, you do better. You get what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't know exercising 3-4 times a week would be a little bit more beneficial for your long-term health. You didn't know that at first, but once you know better, you do better. You get what I'm saying? But you're not, I don't think you should call it chasing some form of struggling in hopes of growing. Just you know better now, so do better. You get what I'm saying? And from knowing better and doing better, you're gonna automatically grow. You get what I'm saying? You know if you was to read every day, your long term mental health, you get what I'm saying? Everything just will be a little bit better. You get what I'm saying? Your knowledge, everything would just be a little bit better if you just read 10 minutes a day. You get what I'm saying? It's not, you don't put yourself through suffering by reading. You just know better now, so you do better. You get what I'm saying? You know better, so you do better. You know that you want to now not only learn how to defend yourself, but you want to get some type of hand-eye coordination. You want to do all, so that's why you take on boxing. You get what I'm saying? Not because I'm going to go take on boxing because I want to put myself through some type of struggle in hopes that I grow from it. Like, nah, you heard that boxing is good exercise. You know, exercise is good for you. It's good for the hand-eye coordination. It's good for defending yourself. You get what I'm saying? It builds your confidence, right? So you know better, you do better. So that's why you take on the boxing class, not because you want to chase some type of suffering. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. It don't make sense to me to look at it as you chasing some type of suffering. You get what I'm saying? You know, going to the gym, going to go do your cardio at least 2-3 times a week or something like that. You feel me? It's better for your long-term health. That's why you go into the gym and doing it. You get what I'm saying? That's why you go into the gym and doing it. You're not going and doing it because it's like, I'm struggling through this, so it's going to help me grow. I'm chasing the struck. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. You get what I'm saying? That's the point of that. That's the point of that. You know better, you do better. It's not intentionally chasing some type of suffering. Like, why would you intentionally chase some type of suffering when somebody gonna die? You get what I'm saying? You don't know how it's gonna hit you, but I guarantee you it's gonna hit you in some type of way. So that's some form of suffering. You're gonna have to get through it. Eventually, some type of pain gonna hit you. You get what I'm saying? That's gonna feel like you suffering, right? The world might hit us with something new, like what they did with the COVID. You feel me? They might hit us with something new that right there. You don't have to intentionally chase some form of suffering. The world hit us with that. You get what I'm saying? That right there was suffering on millions and millions of people. People looked at that as extreme suffering when we got hit with that. You get what I'm saying? And that right there was random. We didn't have to chase that. That right there just came to us. You feel me? My point is, stuff is just going to come to us. It's going to be all different forms of what we would call suffering that just come to us. We ain't got to chase it. Do you feel me? We ain't got to chase it. When you chase it, you're going to get there faster, and then you're going to get to your match. You're going to get to a match that you ain't able to overcome. Right? You're going to get to somewhere that's going to really beat you down. And it ain't just going to be in the boxing ring where we playing. You get what I'm saying? You intentionally chasing some form of suffering, then you're gonna get what you want. You're gonna get that suffering. You're gonna get that suffering that you're not gonna be able to grow from. You're gonna hit that suffering that really hit you. You get what I'm saying? You keep chasing some form of suffering in hopes that you grow, you're gonna get what you want. You're gonna get that suffering. You're gonna get that real suffering that you're not able to deal with yet. You get what I'm saying? So hope y'all get what I'm saying. You feel me? Ain't no point in just chasing some form of suffering, because suffering gonna automatically come to us. You feel me? Suffering gonna automatically come to us. So we ain't gotta chase it. It's already around us if we open our eyes up to it. You feel me? It's gonna be already around you. If you feel like you need to chase some form of suffering in hopes of growing, then I guarantee you that suffering that you're looking for is already around you. All you gotta do is open your eyes up, open your mind up, and face the monster that's right in front of you. You feel me? Stop running from that to the gym, acting like you suffering there, but you ain't really even trying. You feel me? But hey, I appreciate y'all. You feel me? This right here is another episode. Hey, but before we get out of here, y'all already know. Go check out the clothing brand. You feel me? Go check out the clothing brand. mpwcollection.com. Go check out the brand for sure. Mind, peace, woke. So if we're able to control our mind and all those thoughts that be going through our head all the time, then it will take us to a level of peace. And that's my definition for woke. Mind, peace, woke. MPW collection. Of course, y'all go follow the Instagram. Mind, peace, woke, all one word on Instagram. And I appreciate y'all for real for another episode. And let me tell y'all for real, your greatest teacher is already inside you. So don't stop listening to you. You feel me? Thank y'all.